Hi, welcome to Why Community Matters, or at least from an IT community point of view. My name is Nicolas Ignardi. I'm a software engineer at Skip the Dishes. I'm also a ComIT teacher, and you can reach out to me using Twitter or my personal email. In my free time, I have been contributing in many different local IT communities, hosting meetups, workshops, even conferences for like the past 7 years. And over this talk, I would like to share my point of view about why I think that communities matter. First, let's see some community definitions. In this case, we say that a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. So I guess that whenever I read a definition like this, I think about my family. So I can say that my family is my first community. Whenever we have something like a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, or goals, in this case, I think about my friends. And my friends definitely for me were the first community that I built. But what about if maybe you want to become a developer, or maybe you're interested in how computer works, or you're learning any other subject? It's common that at the beginning you're going to start learning by yourself, and it's going to be hard because always starting something new is really hard. I would love that my family would be into HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, and that I can talk about them and tell them how awesome I think React is. But at the end, they might not know anything about it, and we do share different interests and goals, and that's okay. In my case, my friends were always into music, games, sports, or we used to just hang out together. But none of them were like really into tech. And I don't know, they became like lawyers, opened their own business, or studied some other career. After you start working, your team becomes the first community that you can actually build and build things together and start like talking about what you share, your passions, and about like what language you like. And you can spend like long time talking about tech in general because they also love and like what they do, right? But that only happens after you start working. So at the beginning, you might feel a little bit lonely. And from my point of view, being able to choose the people that you work with and the company that you're going to work for, it's among the best things that happened to me in my professional life. And this is why I believe that communities are so important at so many levels. And I hope that at the end of the talk, you think as well. You think the same. So it doesn't matter if it's in person or online. You will end up meeting people that share your same interest. So that's awesome already. Um, that might be going through the same as you, or maybe they already been there. They already started learning the same things that you are learning at the moment, and they can help you out to achieve your goals like way faster because they have more experience with. Communities should be and are in many cases a safe place to ask questions without being judged about it. So you shouldn't be scared about asking any kind of question, even if you feel that you might be a newbie, or maybe if you have experience, it's like, hey, should I ask about this? And why not? I mean, while learning, I believe that asking questions and getting good answers are the best way to do it, right? So also one question can create a great conversation between many community members. So at the end, you get different points of views, and that's going to help you learn and create your own point of view about the subject that you're asking about. Nowadays, I believe that it's super important to know that you have a great community behind any language, framework, or whatever you're going to use next. Getting help or helping others is a must for what we do. When you attend a community meetup, you will end up meeting other devs, get the opportunity to watch one or a couple of talks about different subjects, and have great talks with others attendees or speakers. If there's food and drinks, you can even have a better experience, as we know that pizza, beer improves everything, right? And this is why, as an organizer, I always try to have some at every event. You might ask yourself, like, okay, but whenever I go to those events and I watch these short talks, how can they help me out? And first, you will get an insight about the talk subject. So at least you get a first idea. You get also that you get to meet like someone else that already knows about that subject, that has experience, and after the talk you can go and meet them. And if the community has any communication channel like Slack, for example, you can even reach out to them later on and keep asking them questions. So I believe that that is like super important, that you can have all that just because you're attending a meetup. On the speaker side, maybe you are like just giving your first talk. So you don't have previous experience. You already know the community members. So it's a safe place to go and give your first talk. Or maybe if you have more experience, you might end up practicing before giving the same talk at a larger conference. Or maybe it's just because you like to share what you know or what you learn. Many times it's great. It's a great way to actually show like a side project that you have, or why not even like the next business that you want to work on, or maybe like an open source project, and then you can help. You can get help like from many of the attendees as well, so more people can get involved into it. And also, this is like a personal suggestion, and this is something that I truly believe in is that every time that I ask a speaker if they want to give a talk is because I really believe that if you want to learn something new, by just committing to give the talk about the subject that, or any subject that you want to talk about, is going to be a great learning experience. So you will, at the end, be really, really happy once you do it. So I really encourage you that if you're thinking about giving a talk in your local community, don't waste any more time. Just apply for it, and once you do it, you have the urge to actually do it. So it got real, right? So you are going to learn a lot, and like I said, you're going to be really happy about it. I mean, either attendees or speakers, at the end, you're going to meet a lot of awesome people with different backgrounds and different skills. And I truly believe that you're going to find a lot of them who you actually want to work with them. So for your next job, either you change companies, or maybe even in your own company, you get the opportunity to meet others and choose the people that you work. And this happens the same with the companies that might host some event or so. Many of my actual friends come from the communities that I help of, and I love that every time that anyone might ask me like, "Hey, we need to hire a new developer, or maybe like a QA. Do you have anyone that you can refer to?" I love that I actually can do it, because from all the events that I attend, I keep on meeting people, and I already know them. I already interact with them. I had like tech conversations about architecture or this CSS framework or whatever else is going on. So I really know a little bit more about their background, and in advance, I can know that they're going to be a great fit for the company and even the team that they are going to be working with. So I really like it, and I'm always trying to choose the people that I work with as well. It's common that in many meetups are going to be hosted at companies. So in this case, you're going to have the opportunity to go to their offices to get to know more developers from that company as well, or maybe like people from different parts of the company, like HR team or so. And you get kind of like an insight of what it would be to go and work there. I mean, even if you're not working, you see like the accommodations they have. You can get like insight from the other employees as well. And at the end, it's like you can decide if that's a place that you might want to consider applying whenever you are looking for a job change. And also, as many of those people working there might already be part of the community and you already met them, once you want to apply, you can get the benefit of already knowing someone inside the company. So maybe they can refer, they can put a good word for you, or why not just let you know like the process, how the process will go, or how you can apply to it. So I guess that it's a way better way to start looking for a new job. And after some time working in IT, I guess that you get to know many companies and other devs. So at least you have some idea But imagine at the end that you are by yourself or you're trying to find your first job. This could be even better, right? Some of the best projects that I work actually came from community members. Um, for example, I have two that come to my mind right now, and one is called JavaScript 101. So, for example, being an organizer from different communities, I was able to know that we had like a lot of attendees that were new incomers to the technology. So they were struggling learning or they didn't know how to start. And so we decided to, with a couple of friends, to get together and we said like, hey, what would happen if we have like a monthly workshop where people would get together and we can get a teacher that we lead the workshop, and then we created the content, and we said like we can have mentors that will focus on smaller groups so they get better help, and so the attendees can actually do all the exercises that we had in mind. And this project was, I mean, it wasn't great. It's still great because it's still happening. And what we got out of it was that we even saw people coming as attendee first, then becoming a mentor and starting helping others. And one day they became teachers and they were explaining others the things that they learned maybe some months ago or so. And in some cases, we even saw them becoming part of the organization team. So that is exactly the kind of things that excite me about being part of the communities and being able to do these kind of things. Another one, it was like pretty similar to the other one. We call it workshop JS, and basically we in that at that moment we were part of the JavaScript community, and I don't know if you know, but the JavaScript community is always getting new frameworks and new exciting things that you want to try out, and it's like really hard to keep up. It's almost impossible to know everything. But as we love tech and we love JavaScript, it's like we want to be on top of that, right? It's like we want to know at least what it feels to use this technology or that one. And if someone asks you, it's like, yeah, I at least gave it a try, or you know, I didn't like this or that. At least give some feedback. But many cases it will happen that maybe you have family, you are working, you have other things that you need to attend, and it gets like super complicated to start trying new things. So maybe once you say like, yeah, I will do this today, and then the next day you're not able to keep up. And also many times starting with something new may be hard, as I said. So we said, what if we get a Saturday morning for a couple of hours, 2 3 hours, maybe get some kind of expert or someone that knows about the subject that we are going to be talking about. So you can talk with your family or you can talk with others and say, hey, I just need a couple of hours, 2 3 hours top this Saturday. You go there, you get some insight about what it feels to work with that technology, if that framework might be something that you want to invest time on, or maybe that you want to talk with your team leader or maybe with the team and see if that's something that you might want to use. But you're only using like a couple of hours and you are learning a lot. And you can even use that same workshop later on to use it with your teams or friends and help them out as well the same way that they did to you. So I really believe that this was a really good way to actually try new things. And even if I wasn't able to be part of the workshop itself because I was organizing, so I was always kind of running behind things, I still had the opportunity to learn a lot. So what I used to do was after the events, I would get with the mentor or so and just go through the content and try to get as much as I could. So both of these projects got me like super excited, and I loved doing them. I loved every single event that we did. Also, as you might know, it takes a lot of work to organize these kind of events. And in many opportunities, they are free. So everyone is contributing on their own time to make it that possible. And I really believe that companies may many times help out and make this possible by letting us like use their office as a venue, maybe paying for some food, or why not even giving us as swags as prizes or just to share. And I love when this happens because it's a great opportunity for them, like I said, to go to the place, meet the employees, get to know how they work, get more insight about the company itself. And from the company point of view, it's like you can see all the talent that you have there. You have people going to your house and you're sharing with them the space, and you're seeing them there, like how they behave, how they interact with others. And I'm not saying that this should be like any kind of interview or so, because it's not the purpose of communities, but actually helping out communities, you can get that benefit. I mean, like instead of going to get developers or QA or anyone from IT, they actually are going to come with you because they know you have a great product. They know that you have a great team. They like the methodologies that you are using. So why not? Why not help communities grow and in some way make everything better, right? And I think that this is a big win for everyone. At the end, everything that I have been talking this time, I think that it's great. But what I really love about most communities is to see how people commit to do things when they are passionate about it. It's all about letting them be part, share their ideas, and what they can become when that happens. Nothing feels better than to know that you belong in that place and that you are part of something bigger. And I really believe that together we can make anything happen. It's not about giving someone a task to do it only, but if you trust people and you give them the opportunity, you're going to get so much out of it because everyone has a different way of thinking and working, and the creativity that other people can give you and different point of view can give you about that is like many times is going to be way better than you thought about it. So if you give the power to those people to actually join the community, come and find the place what that they like and start contributing on any way, because there's so many ways that you can contribute that you might not even think about, like volunteering, or just saying like, hey, my company wants to host a meetup, or maybe talking to your tech leader or someone you know, or even yourself, and say like, hey, let's go there and give a talk, or hey, we have been working on this awesome project, let's share it. Or why not even like open source your project if you can, and get the help of the community as well. So I really believe that it's, even if, like I said, asking is great and getting help, it's awesome. I really believe that anyone can contribute, and that will make the community grow and be even better. So it's, for me, it's a really special time to say thanks to some people. And I started helping out local communities as a way to give back and thank everyone that helped me start in my career. And that today they keep teaching me. I have people that I met a long time, and today they are still teaching me new things, and I'm I love that, and I really believe that I could refer any of these amazing people, amazing devs, to any company, and they're going to be so lucky to have them. And everything was possible just because I met them at a community event, or being a part of a community organization team. And one of the most important things that I want to thank them for is because they helped me find my passion to actually do this, to become an organizer and try to bring the community together in some way, because the community is out there, and it should stay like create an event, and they will come, and you never know what is going to happen next. So thank you to everyone that helped me get to that point. Also, I want to thank ComIT for this opportunity, and also for helping me become a better teacher. I started at ComIT back in Argentina, and I'm still helping out here in Canada. And one of the things that I always liked about it is that since the beginning, they gave me the opportunity to do what I wanted and the way that I wanted to do it as well. And I got so lucky that things went well. And I really believe that I became a better teacher. Sorry. Just because they let me do it. And as I told you, this is something that for me is like really important. So they guide me, they help me, but they gave me freedom. And I think that that was awesome. So I want to ask you something. And I think that you can start helping right away by just doing something simple as subscribing to the channel and watching the upcoming talks that I know that are going to be great as well. And last, I want to I want to thank my family. It takes a lot of time, as I said, to actually organize all the events that I want to be part of, and they allowed me to do it. I became a dad a couple of months ago, and my wife was awesome, and Simon was awesome as well, letting me still run some meetups and still invest time in that. So there's nothing that I can say that will be enough to actually thank them. And also, believe it or not, many times they hear me talk about whatever tech I'm hype about, and they will kind of look at me and pay attention, even if they might not know anything about it, just to make me happy. So I think that that's another thing that it's awesome about communities. So thanks for watching. Hope you liked the talk, and that you join your local community if you haven't done it already. Be safe. Bye.